So there's this thing I used to do where I made full versions of the Geometry Dash main levels. Basically, these levels use shortened versions of their song, and I'm extending them to use the full song. This all started when I made a couple of these for EVW, and I'm finally making another one. Yeah, I needed a bit of a break from a bigger video I'm working on. So today what we're doing is making a Back on Track full version. It's been a while since I made Stereo Madness full. How long has it been? Actually, let me check real quick. Oh, over a year ago. We're on a good schedule with these. Here's Back on Track. If you haven't seen it, this is what it looks like. Back on Track is the second level of Geometry Dash. It keeps things pretty basic while introducing these little things called jump pads that bounce the player. You probably already know that, but just in case. I will say Back on Track has these 3 fake pads. If you hit one of them, you die, but this is really the only time it uses fake pads. I don't think there's another point in the entire level where it has fake pads, so we might want to play around with that some more. So right now, we're just going to leave the rest of the level as is. I'm going to remove this coin for now. As iconic as it is, it's just so easy to get, and I want to make like a harder coin to get later on in another ship part probably. The first coin is pretty mid. I don't know, maybe I'll do 2 separate coins later in the level. To be fair, the original Back on Track uses like under half the song, so there might be a decent amount of content that I make myself. I'm gonna piss so many people off by removing that coin, but I'm sorry, it's just so easy. So we pick up here. Normally the level just ends on this pad, which is kind of iconic. Do I keep the pad or do I like remove it? I think I'll keep the pad. Maybe you like fall into a structure. No, that's not gonna work. I mean, you land on the pad at different times every time. It still seems to line up just fine. Okay, no, I died to the cube that time. I don't know if this makes it more doable. That's kind of in line with these different structures back here. And I like the repetition. That seems to be working. Yeah. Alright, that consistently works no matter how you land on it. The song just kind of continues on like it's been going for a minute, so I think I'm just going to extend this part and do basically the same thing the level's been doing during this part. So let's put a chain right here. So it's just the same as these. Place a spike over here, but it'll be on the right side instead of the left side for variation. Yeah, what if you have to like wait for a second and then jump? Maybe I'll do some more of these half block, like above ground spike jumps. This part doesn't get too stale. I guess I'll just copy and paste these. Add deco. That's not my goal with making full versions. I am sorry to break it to you. I'll add these chains. I guess those count. Okay, yeah, let's just keep on doing what the level's been doing for the second half of this. Not doing anything too crazy yet. Okay, what if we do like another fake pad? Because the level has not used any of these for a very long time. I was gonna have it like launch you onto another platform up here if you land on the pad, but I feel like the level has not done that yet. And this is kind of like a random place to just throw that in out of nowhere. So I'll just do this. As I build out this part some more, I just wanted to remind you to subscribe. It's free, and you can never change your mind later. You're stuck subscribed to me for all of eternity, which is how it should be. Maybe I gotta use like another pad. I haven't used a pad in a little bit. And while I'm playing a little section of this level, I just wanted to check in and make sure you're subscribed. I'll never forget. What else do we have? I pretty much just want to carry over what this part has. We have some like spikes on the ground with like these structures above them. Maybe do another one of these things. So we're kind of repeating that gimmick. Okay, what if we like land on a block here? What if we do some more Stereo Madness type things? Where we like extend it out like this. And we're kind of on a long platform. That's a very Stereo Madness thing to do, but I mean, might as well change things up a little bit. Now to pass the time while I playtest this, I should mention my plans for future full versions like this. It's really quite elaborate, and that is I have no idea. I could like extend this a couple more blocks and you kind of have to jump off the edge. Do something like this. We'll do this. So far my schedule with these full versions has been pretty sparse. They do well and aren't hard to make, but I feel like I just get burnt out on making a lot of them, so I'll probably just keep making them here and there. Really just whenever I feel like it. They're nice to fall back on for content. Wonder we'll get the map pack gauntlet. Rubbed Up should make the 1.0 gauntlet, and it's just a bunch of map pack levels. will not make a level for the NCS Gauntlet contest because they're working on the Jam contest. I only join contests where I, like, it genuinely, like, sparks an idea, or it kind of fits an idea I already had. I'm not just gonna join a Gauntlet contest for the sake of joining one, or any kind of creator contest just for the sake of joining it. Okay, my goal is that I want the player to die if they land on this pad and get bounced up, so I'll just extend that a little bit. Okay, that's good. I could probably just remove that side of this. Yeah. That still lines up with like the 3-block gap in between them, and then it moves up a block. I didn't explain what I was saying very well here. Basically, each one of these pillars goes to the right 3 grid spaces and up 1. And I wanted to keep the spacing consistent. That's a fun little fake, I like that. It's a very map pack kind of thing to do. You like joining CCs because it motivates you to actually finish your levels. Yeah, but like I'm not going to be motivated to finish a level if I don't care about the idea in the first place. Like I'm only going to join a contest if I'm actually excited about the idea I have for it. That's why I don't do a lot of sequels too. I'm not like, okay, how can I make this sequel work? I just make whatever I'm excited to make. Okay, maybe we jump up here and then we like fall back down again. And then we could have a pad. Maybe we fall down one more time and we have like a pad here. And with that, I was nearing the end of this first part. After that, I'd have some more creative freedom with what I build. It's kind of hard to be creative when you're just extending a part that already exists. Okay, maybe we'll do another pad leading into the next part. Oh, let's make like a long spike corridor that you can't jump during. I think that's pretty fun. That's pretty spooky, one might say. And then what I want to do, I want to pull a base after base / can't let go. And if I can, there's the color trigger, I'm an idiot. I want to fade out the background to black. Take like, let's try 1.5 seconds. Maybe we'll do it in like 1 second, so it fades out to black a little bit before you hit this pad. I like this. This is a cool concept. Alright, so we now have a white on black part, which is a thing RobTop does in later levels, but we're gonna do it in back on track full, because I don't know, I just feel like doing it. Can't believe this isn't 100% accurate to the back on track lore. True. I gotta make sure to get every single back on track level correct. It's like the back rooms where you have like this is the pool level. Level 958 is specifically has to be pools. Abandoned warehouse with green tinted walls. The back on track rooms. Let's go, yeah. The back rooms on track. It all makes sense now. Those 2 high default block pillars with a spike on top feel like Rob just decided to ignore actually decorating them. What? This is a 1.0 level. What do you mean decorate them? The thing about back on track is it uses jump pads, and the one thing this level really doesn't do is use jump pads in ship parts. And that's kind of where I step in, and that's kind of what the gimmick of this full version can be, is really just finding ways to use jump pads that RobTop didn't do in the original level. Alright, so we have a white on black ship part, which I think is kind of a fun idea. I haven't seen RobTop do that in a lot of levels. Oh, you know what we should do? We should use this structuring, with like the little slab above these blocks with a spike on top of it. That creates some more continuity, since that kind of structuring is instantly recognizable even with the just pure outlines. Starting off this ship part, I didn't immediately use jump pads. I wanted to later on in it, but first I just kind of wanted to ease the player into flying, not throw too much at them at once. So I just think this is a nice introduction to some flying. It shows that the level's getting harder. Alright, and now I'm going to start introducing pads in the ship. I didn't want to immediately do that. I wanted to kind of ease you into some flying first. I don't breathe, yeah, you got me. I'm a fake breathing fan. I need to see how far those pads launch me up. The nice thing about 1.0 levels is it's really easy to place start positions. Okay, it launches me up about that high. Do I die? I do die to these spikes. So if I make like a straight fly like this, it's pretty wide and open. If I hit these pads, I die to the spikes. I can land on like the edge of the platform and be fine though, so I don't know if I want to make the platform shorter than the one with the spikes on it. I also think I'm going to make the outline look a little bit nicer on this one by connecting the corner bits. Maybe what I do is I use like the structuring that Back on Track uses earlier for kind of long platforms extending out of the ground. It has these platforms with like the pillars on the side and the half blocks in between, which I feel like would be perfect for this ship part. Okay, let's place in a few of these, and if I go back here, I forgot exactly how the structuring worked. Alright, it's connected with these grid blocks at the bottom. It's not like that. Rather, it is like this. Also, maybe I'll actually use the same structuring as these pillars for the shorter ones and not be silly. It could also, like... I think it just looks nicer if it's symmetrical, so that helps. Okay, I have an idea here. I kind of want to need to like swivel a little bit. I want to make sure that the player has plenty of room. I don't want this to be difficult. Maybe like that, I don't know. I should fill in the ground a little bit more. I'm not making What by Sputnik's full version. That's not a thing that's going to exist. I'm sorry, I know you were depending on it. I know you're counting on that. I'm gonna do this to make the structuring a bit more interesting, but I don't think this really buffs it at all. Okay, maybe like another one of these. Sloping slightly down very gradually. Kind of lines up there. Okay, I think what I really want to do is I want the player to land on a platform that like ends in a jump pad. And they actually have to land before they hit the jump pad and it like lines up. Okay, so we need to make like a really tight gap that the player kind of has to line themselves up for. So they have to land on the platform and then be bounced through that. That's a clever use of pads. Okay, we make another one of these platforms. That works out. We make it like this on this side. Let's talk about the Geometry Dash update 1.7. I hate to break it to you, Jane, but that isn't the current update that I'm making a level in. Back on Track is actually from 1.0. Kind of like a thing only OGs remember. Alright, I'm liking this ship part so far. Okay, I kind of want to do another swivel. Like the one I had here. I could probably just copy paste these and be super lazy. Oh yeah, I definitely can. I don't know, it's kind of obvious. What I might do instead, some challenging timings on the bottom. You actually have to like fit into a gap like this. Ah, so challenging. New top one. I might like even make this tighter, so you genuinely have to go through it with the pad. Just gonna keep making it tighter until I no longer can. Yeah, if you try to straight fly through that, I mean you can. It's pretty difficult. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, if you try to straight fly through that, it's really impossible. Maybe I have like a gradual slope upwards. I kind of like that as an idea. Gradual climb. And maybe like one more pad gimmick. There's like a pad right here. Spike like 1, 2, 3, like right here. I'm bad with acronyms. What level is that? I want the player to like land on a platform here and then turn into a cube. So I want the player to need to land on this platform. I don't know, I have an interesting idea of how to do that. What if I place pads up here? I only have them on the edge of this platform. You're gonna see what I'm about to do, and it's gonna be pretty wacky and wild. You're not gonna be prepared for it. So buckle your britches. We're about to go on a whimsical adventure. Let's see if this works. If I place a start position right here as the ship, and I hold into these pads, yeah, it keeps me bouncing upwards. I could probably move this up one. I think that works. I'll still need to put a cube portal here. Oh yeah, and then I die because the cube just bounces into these pads. I can probably honestly extend this all the way now that it's a little bit taller. I should really like guide the player down here. I think I'm going to like place a spike pillar that is on the ceiling here sticking downwards that kind of encourages the player to go down. I feel like this needs like a couple spikes down here. I think I'm gonna have the background fade into like a very dark background here. What colors does Back on Track use? Use a lot of blue, pink, purple, a lot of pink. I will not make air deco. I will be true to how RobTop does his style. I will just do whatever RobTop does. Okay, I think like a deep bluish purple is probably gonna look best here. Something like this. A little bit brighter than that. Maybe a little more purpley. Yeah, this feels very base after base. I think it'd be nicer if it faded in while you were in this corridor. Can I remove the text after finishing the level? Yeah, probably, as long as I remember to do it. As long as it doesn't show up on screen, I guess it doesn't matter. Ooh, yeah, what if you had to, like, jump off the platform? Alright, this is where we need to start, like, ramping up the difficulty of the level. Don't forget to change the ground color. Yeah, good point, sorry. Thanks for pointing that out. Oh, I think RobTop always kept, like, the background and ground pretty much the same colors in these levels. Yeah, let's make, like, a staircase. What if you have to jump here, but it, like, makes it look like you're supposed to fall? There's a pad here. What if you do need to... Yeah, maybe I will have a pad you actually do need to fall on, because I've been doing mostly fakes lately. I think I'm gonna make it so you have to wait here a little bit. Yeah, so it's starting to ramp up in difficulty. If I place, like, a spike block... Floating spike block. Jeez, floating spike block is a hard thing to say. This is where the level becomes top 60,000. Wait, how many? There's like not even 60,000 rated levels. I kind of like having like a lot of floating platforms here as an idea. Be like you land on another pad. So I have 2 pads and I'm gonna have the next one be a fake. How much does the level use, like, short spikes, by the way? I feel like Back on Track hardly uses any short spikes, if any at all. This level uses, like, no short spikes. Okay, that's what I thought. Oh, no, it uses some in the ship here. And then that's, like, it. I'm gonna have another pad here that, like, launches you into a spike. I'm gonna pull a Stereo Madness and have a fake spike if you keep on holding. So you have to fall down here instead. So that's what you're supposed to do. Maybe jump over like a double spike and then start jumping on more of these platforms. I want to see if I hit the jump pad late if I still die. No, I don't. So I gotta like extend this platform. RobTop fixes things, you're sure more things break. Yeah, you know what? I don't mind like new features that RobTop adds being kind of broken. That's one thing. What I hate is when features he already implemented, like he adds new things and it breaks old features. Start positions still completely break follow triggers. You're doing your homework right now and you're tired. Go outside. I kind of want to pulse the background of the music here. What if I use pulse triggers? I'm gonna be a monster and use pulse triggers. I know these didn't exist in 1.0. And normally you'd have to use color triggers, but I don't care. I can probably just like align X all these. I'll modify the pulses later on, I just want to get these lined up. Yeah, let's pull a Stereo Madness full. And what I mean by that is that you have to jump late on this platform to kind of like land on another platform late enough. Okay, I have another cool idea of having to jump late. Well, if we had to jump late off of this platform because there's a bunch of pads down here, and we have to hit the pads late because hitting them too early will lead to our demise. So yeah, like falling onto this platform of pads early will kill you. So what you'll have to do is jump late like that. So you have to like be launched far enough that you land on this platform. What happens if I just fall onto that? Yeah, then I die because this will be full of ground spikes. In fact, let's place those in before I forget. Place them inside this structure as well. Maybe I'll do another block like this. I'm gonna still try to use mostly full spikes, because that's what Back on Track tends to do. And then I have a fun idea. I think I'm going to do another one of these structures like this, to kind of end off this part. If we extend out this platform quite a bit, what I want to do is take a trip and revisit this part right here. Kind of do something similar to this, where you have to jump over the 3 pads or else you get launched into the spikes. Alright, what I want to do is you actually have to hit the last one. So there's going to be 3 pads, but you want to hit this last one. I mean, just something as simple as that kind of works. If you use 14 dodecatillion FPS, you can jump over quad spike. Well, yeah, yes, but not this, because the pad hitbox is bigger than the spike hitbox, so see how much wider that hitbox is than the spike hitbox? I mean, it's shorter, but the pad counts as more. Even with 16 quintillion FPS, you wouldn't be able to do this jump. So, I thought of that
Force spike jumps are usually impossible, yeah, and this is definitely impossible. I'm gonna pulse it again, and then I'm going to like set the background to black. So it fades out to black here. I need to have a build up to the next part. I'm sorry that I'm so tired right now. I wish I could have higher energy. Yeah, the mods hate Skibidi Toilet, which I think is pretty justified. I kind of want to play what I have so far just for the sake of it. I just hit my mic. Alright, this is what I have so far. That keeps on almost getting me. I don't know, maybe I should make that easier to read. That shit part is a little confusing. I don't know, maybe I should make some of these fakes a little bit easier to read. Yeah, I think I want to change up a little bit of the gameplay. First of all, having jump pads here is kind of like an unnecessary gimmick. That just feels bloated. Another nice thing might be to like extend this platform a bit, so you kind of have more time to react to the fact that there's jump pads there and assess the situation. And then maybe even this, I like move down more. I'm just trying to make the fakes like a little bit more readable. Like this fake, for example, might be more readable if I start the spike wall a little bit sooner so that the players are conditioned to see that earlier. You have to react to this way too soon. I think this would be way more fair if I just moved this platform over. Okay, I have a really cool idea for the drop. So I want the player, we'll let them hit the pad. So they have to buffer after the pad.
Didn't really explain what I was doing here. I wanted to have 3 jumps with an extra spike added each time. The triple spike looks hard, but you just keep holding after this pad launches you and it lines up the same every time.
Okay, what color do we use here? They've used like a lot of pink, a lot of blue, a lot of purple. I'm thinking we change it to like a reddish pink. And we make that like a really quick fade. If we do like another 4 spike jump and then you kind of land on the platform here. Okay, that's cool. Man, I have to be creative now. I gotta come up with new gameplay. Oh man, I hate actually putting in mental effort into things. Add a freaky blue pad. Okay, you know what, sure, we'll add a blue pad. There, I hope that makes you happy. I think that's like, I need it to be like a more red color. Oh, I also need the ground to change. I forgot. Okay, yeah, I'm like currently completely out of ideas. You know what I'm gonna do? I don't like that blue pad being there, but it is kind of funny at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that a group. I'm going to toggle off group 1 or toggle it on. Place down a random trigger. Is the percent chance for the first one? I would assume it's for the first one. It's going to be a 99% chance that it toggles it off, and there's a 1 out of 100 chance that the pad is just there.
I was struggling with having ideas, so I decided to revisit some of the older RobTop levels and see what they do.
Really doing a lot of the same similar things. Pillars, these kind of weird, tall structures hanging by chains.
I was also forced to play Dash twice against my own will. This level is way newer and a completely different style, so there's not a lot to borrow from. If only I had a choice in this matter.
Okay, and let's beat the level. Alright, there you go. Suggest to play Dash again, yes or no? I'm sorry, Jane. I'll just let you have wasted your points. Can you boycott this stream? Aimbotter's really happy about Poltergeist, to be fair. Aimbotter's really happy right now. You don't want to ruin Aimbotter's mood, do you, Jane? Aimbotter's so happy that we get to play Poltergeist. Why do we always call it Poltergeist? Oh my god. Maybe we can do something like this. I don't know. That's kind of similar to some of the structuring earlier in the level. I don't know. Maybe it would look better. It would be more in line with this structure here if I just used these grid blocks for the bottom half. Take inspiration from Glorious Fortress for Back on Track full version. Seems like a good idea. What's Back on Track's gender? I don't know. Back on Track gives me more female vibes, not gonna lie. I think Back on Track is a woman, canonically. Jane, can you verify this? You have the 70-page long novel on the Back on Track lore. Back on Track is a woman except for on Wednesdays. Okay, yeah, no, I figured. Okay. Maybe another one of these pillars. Why did I call that a pillar? What is, I don't know what words mean. Can't Let Go could be edgy female. Yeah, no, Can't Let Go is definitely a goth girl. No questions. Oh, I have a cool idea. What if we put like 3 pads down here and you have to jump over the pads? Because if you land on the pads, you hit these spikes here that kill you. Yeah, this is a cool idea. And we should do the slab thing over spikes. I haven't done that in a while. Next step is definitely non-binary. Yeah, no. You guys have pretty good takes on these levels. I agree with that. Ooh, what if I make it so you have to jump really late off of that platform? Zodiac is zesty male but not gay. What the hell are these sentences? You do gotta remember they are actually Geometry Dash levels, to be fair. What is the gayest main level? Okay. Maybe I do like a double pad after that. I don't know, is this too insane? Might be a little bit too wild. I can introduce like double pad jumps. You actually have to start timing these a little bit. I have a fun idea. What if I have like a lot of pads? If you jump through these pads, they launch you into spikes. I don't know if this is going too far. Probably bring this down to the ground. Yeah, and then we have to like jump there to actually go up. So like remove some of the spikes right here. We actually have to jump. That's kind of a fun gimmick. You have to get up here. Yeah, I like that. That's a fun gimmick. And then I can add like a triple spike right there that you'll die to, because if you try to jump, it just launches you into these spikes. I think it's pretty obvious to jump here when it has the gap.
I felt like I could make it more obvious by moving these spikes over so you see them sooner. Man, I am so good at commentary.
Okay, I think that needs to be extended by 1. And I think I need to change the background color here. Does the level use blue backgrounds anywhere? I think it does. It uses like a purpley background for the ship. Oh yeah, it has a blue background for this part. I think I'm gonna use like a darker color. This is like so much brighter than this color, so I want to use like, I want to shift the hue to something with less value. Okay, this is kind of similar to a part in Stereo Madness Full actually that had a similar background color and it was like in the air. But I don't know, maybe it's just a fun callback to that. Future Funk 2 is gender fluid, sure, why not? Okay, we still have quite a bit of level left, so I have room for it to start getting harder. This jump might be a little hard. I really like that. That's a cool idea. That's like one of the more creative things I've done in this level. I love that use of pads. I think that's so clever. I really want to play what I have so far again. I need to find every way to procrastinate I possibly can. I don't know, I am getting pretty tired, so maybe I'll do the rest of this on another stream.
Despite my voice obviously being filled to the brim with excitement and vigor, I was actually getting pretty tired, so I stopped halfway through and did the rest on another stream. Actually, let me tell you, due to editing magic, I'm able to play that new stream right now. You wouldn't have even known this was a new stream unless I told you this.
Let's continue working on Back on Track Full. Alright, so I made a couple changes since the last stream. Okay, first thing I did in the ship, I made it instantly introduce you to the pad gimmick, so you actually have to hit the first pad. Because I felt like it was weird to have the first set of pads in the ship be ones you have to dodge. I feel like the ship should first have a pad you're supposed to hit, because the ship has not used pads yet in the level. And then here, I added less pads, because I thought it was weird when it was just a row of pads. That just felt too out of place. Okay, and then I added an extra pillar here. You have to dodge because it felt weird just to have one.
I never mentioned this, but these pad pillars were inspired by the main level X step. It has a ship part that does something similar, and I'm trying to do things that feel like they're from a main level.
I think I might have extended this platform, because it felt really awkward to fall onto this when it was a block to the right. So it just makes it more readable now. Okay, I think I just extended these spikes over so you couldn't cheese it by jumping over all these. Yeah, I haven't made any other changes, so it was mostly in that ship. Can you have $1 million? I don't know, can you? Okay, so we gotta start on this next part, basically. This yellow pad row is very cool, I really like it. Yeah, I thought it was a really fun gimmick. What do I do? Maybe like jump onto a pad immediately. Okay, I'm gonna do some floating platforms here. This is gonna be up in the sky. That's why it's blue. I have the $1 million. It's spelled like with a D-O-L-E-R. Pretty sure it's from like a Xylonox level. Oh, there it is. I have the $1 million, but that's living rent free in my head right now. 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I died. This is actually the replacement Jam coming into the stream. I'm taking Jam's place. I killed him. I'm so much cooler, guys. The old Jamitex sucked. Okay, I think I want to like jump late on that, so I'm gonna put like a spike here. I don't know if that's too tight. It's supposed to be ramping up in difficulty. Hang these from some chains. I should keep track of how many jam jokes chat has made. What? No. That sounds like so much work. I'm trying to, like, I don't know, build a level. Move this over too so it's in line with the block below it. Maybe I'll do another one with, like, a fake pad. I'm kind of alternating real pads and fake pads. Okay, you can't hit this pad because it'll bounce you too far. So you kind of have to, like, fall down the staircase a bit more. What happens if you do hit the pad?
Oh no, it didn't work. This is a genuine reaction that isn't just being dubbed over later because I forgot to speak words.
I'm doing my best right now. I might not fall here. I might wait and jump. Or maybe I'll hit a pad. I don't know. Maybe it's a little soon for a pad. We just had a pad right there. We can't begin too freaky here. I just literally said I wasn't going to put a pad there, and I placed a pad there. Maybe, like, sleeping one of these days would help. I might do something like this. I don't know if that's too hard of a timing. That has a really hard timing. I think I'm just going to hold on a couple platforms just lined up like this. I have a fun idea. What if we put, like, a line of jump pads down here, or, like, some platforms with jump pads on them that you'll fall onto if you don't jump, and then we'll put some spikes directly above where the player's jumping. Yeah, you'll die to that. That's awesome. We love death here in the Jam Attack Twitch chat. Triple spike time. I used, like, one triple spike in this full version so far right here. I might use a couple more here and there. I'll be sparing, though. I'm gonna add another one of these funky structures because I like them. Back on Track does these a lot. I mostly want this part to be floating, but, like, a couple of these here and there might help add variation. I'd like one of these little things that RobTop likes to use. The, like, spike wall that hangs from a chain. He loves those. They're his favorite. Ooh, that could be a fun timing. You have to jump between the block and the spike. And we can kind of continue these floating bits now. I think I want to jump late on this platform. That goes more to the music, and I kind of like having more timings later in the level. Could do another one of these jumps. I'm just using these obsessively in the full version because I really like how this lines up. And then the song hits a higher note, which I think would be reflected well with another pad. I like that. Then we could jump up like another staircase, I suppose. I gotta extend these spikes over a lot more. What if we pull a Stereo Madness here? How much gameplay do we have left? We have another part here, and then we have a ship at the end. I think we should be climbing a little bit more here into the final cube part, which should be grounded and kind of more like what was here at the end. In fact, I might make this part pink because I want that part to be blue to reflect this part. Yeah, I want some continuity. More of the pink parts of this level tend to be the less grounded ones, whereas the blue part here at the end, I think, tends to have more grounded gameplay. RobTop, he likes using very saturated colors. He rarely uses, like, pastel colors in the early levels. Add, like, a double spike here. I think this last part right here where it's grounded might have a couple triples. That would be a good spot for those. Maybe I do, like, 2 separate double spike jumps. Have some fun repetition. And this would be a good spot for another pad. This one you're supposed to hit. I think it'd be fun to have like a triple pad jump or something. I'm going to add a triple pad. A triple pad jump, and I'm going to add some spikes above it that kill you if you hit the triple pads. The thing is, this is a little bit unfair, so I'm gonna nerf it, and I'm gonna cheat again. Don't tell anyone I did this, but I'm going to turn off their hitbox. I'm gonna copy paste them. I'm going to make another copy that just has the hitbox. I'm just gonna make that a little bit smaller than the pad itself. I know, I'm a monster. Good game design, how dare I. I'm gonna make it so you fall onto this one because it's really hard to see these spikes up here. They're kind of off screen a little bit. I don't like that. I think this would work better as another one of these platforms. Maybe I'll have another pad you're supposed to dodge there. I don't know if that's too much. I think that is going a bit too far. I might just add like a regular spike. I don't know, I kind of like just having all the attention brought to the triple pad. What was I doing? Chains. Put some chains on this. Alright, I made gameplay for this part, like, extremely quickly. That was very fast progress. I've been making gameplay for like 15 minutes, maybe. I actually really like this. I made this so quickly, but it flows really nicely. Okay, I think I'm gonna fade out the color here. I'm going to fade the background, not to black, but like to a dark purple. Kind of how it was before, like a pinkish purple. Ground will be even darker, more bluish, because I want it to fade into the brighter color right here as the song picks up again. In fact, I might just copy the same colors from here. Is this the background one? Alright. Okay, now we can start on gameplay in this part. I feel like landing on a block here and then kind of falling off of it would be nice. Ooh, I like that. You have to jump after the block. Maybe, I don't know if I'll have a triple spike yet. Okay, maybe have a triple spike right here. Then I could have like another pad here, because Back on Track does use those. Cannot forget. Maybe I'll have like a double spike followed by a pad. Oh yeah, you can just die to that. Maybe I just move both of them over. I still die to that. I'm thinking this blue part back here does have... Yeah, it has like this bit that you can land on that's like normal blocks that are hanging from chains, so maybe I'll do that. Maybe I move this over. Maybe I just like put spikes on the other underside of that. Like extend them out so you have to jump off the edge of this platform. Okay, now here's a good spot to start adding in these one block gaps, because it only really works if you jump off the ground. Otherwise it's really hard to line yourself up correctly for these. I'm gonna put spikes on both sides of this, even though the level normally only puts them on one. Okay, maybe do another one of these. I really need to move my start position over. This is really annoying to have to redo all of that every time. What if I have to jump out of this platform? Like that? That seems way too hard. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put a half block right there and then make you jump. Okay, we're getting near the end of this part, so we should do some more stuff with jump pads. I'll do a fake after this one. I haven't done a fake in a while. Be another one of these platforms. Is there any reason why I'm not using half spikes? Because Back on Track really doesn't use them. If you go through the entirety of Back on Track, you see it's all just normal spikes. There's like none of these half spikes anywhere. Maybe I'll put some ground spikes right here. Maybe I'll do another like pad jump right here that you have to jump over. Have I tried making a game before? A little bit. I used to make some stuff in Construct Classic, and I actually did make a game on Khan Academy called Flappily Square. It was a Flappy Bird clone. I also made this. One second. It's this.
Are you ready for some badassery?
So the goal is to get as many of these as you can in a row without dying. What if I just do like 2 of these double pad jumps? We like having fun around here. Okay, I think I'm gonna do one more triple spike, but first I want you to land on a block and fall, and do this, repeat this gimmick again. Rob should add the if-then trigger. He did. It's called item compare, or instant collision. Both of these. It has a true ID and a false ID. False can either count as else, or say I give this group 4, and then I say false ID group 4, then now if a check becomes false, it then checks the other item compare, and then you can have an if chain. My god, I had an aneurysm. Okay, one more triple spike before the ship part. And then I need to go back through and, like, I guess decorate all this. That's really hard. I'm gonna nerf these spikes just like I have earlier in the level. Does this make this jump too hard? Yeah, maybe I move that over a block. Alright. I think I want a pad to launch you into the ship here at the end, so let's just set up the transition and then we'll go through and kind of decorate all these cute parts before we make the ship. I am making really quick progress. You feel like making a 1.0 level? It's fun. You just make it so quickly. It's really fun. You can just focus on like simple gameplay. I could have done more stuff with like pads on the sides of blocks. Like this, I kind of wish I did, but I might have been going too far. Let's let's just play what we've made so far with this last part. I think to make it so you can't jump over this pad, I'll just add in some extra spikes. I'll add in like a spike ceiling here like I had earlier. That doesn't need to extend that far over to that side. I did some fancy stuff in Stereo Madness Full, like add fill blocks underneath things like that. So I might do some of that in Back on Track Full, even though it's not true to the original Back on Track. You can't stop me. RobTop loves these pulsing rods. I need to be adding in a lot more of these. Just like everywhere. And now we just need to put some ground spike deco down. Where is it? Some ground spike deco down here. That would be very good. I added a triple spike at the end of Stereo Madness Full, but it was a nerf triple. Oh, I could end it with like a pad straight fly. One of these, where it's that and then it's pads on the ground, and that's the gap. That's not that bad. Okay, I think this part's fully decorated. Okay, well that is all of that, so now we need to stop the funny jazz music. Time to stop the coffee jazz music, chill out lounge jazz music radio, 24/7 live stream slow jazz BGM, and get back to work. We gotta build some ship gameplay. And then I need to make a coin, but I'll do that later. Yeah, maybe I will have the pyramids revisit, but I won't have them go like all the way up. Maybe I'll have them go more down at the ground. So I'm kind of reusing this structuring idea from earlier, but they are not as tall. And then what I could do is I could put like these short spikes on some of them, because the earlier ship part uses short spikes. This ship part uses short spikes. Maybe I play around with pad gimmicks more. What if I cover the ceiling in pads? I don't know. I don't like using the pads in this. I'll add a couple spikes on the ground so you're encouraged to go up. What if I just like flip this? I can be really lazy here. What if I keep this pyramid gimmick going on? Just keep these going. Can I do this? Can I put spikes up here? Will you die to those at all? No, you won't. Maybe I use this gimmick here now that you've had a little time to do other stuff in the ship. Oh wait, that's impossible. Whoops. What can we do with pad gameplay? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put a field of like pad pillars, kind of how we had in this ship part back here at the end. This feels very X-step, except for I'm gonna just have more of them. Let's just continue this on a little bit. Vary the height of these. And then we gotta make sure if we hit any of these pads, we die. So, we are not a cube in this part. That jump would be extremely difficult as a cube. Possible. Okay, I need to place a spike just in time for you to die. And then that timing becomes really hard is the problem. I don't know, maybe we need to delete some of these pillars and kind of play this by ear. Maybe we just wait longer to make the next pillar. Or we have like another one down here. Yeah, that works. Now if we land on that pad, we don't die to anything. I guess some of these will be fine to land on, and that's just how it has to be. That's just how it has to be, sadly. Just the way the world works. And then maybe we repeat this gimmick. Let's make these stick out of the ceiling so you can't just go above them. I want this to be a little bit different than the other ones I've done. Do I plan on trying to get this rated? No, I don't. It's a Back on Track Full version. Maybe replace some of these with like regular spikes, so it's a little more difficult. This is pretty easy. Yeah, I don't want this part to be too easy, because it's right at the end of the level. I want it to step up from everything else. So this is much better. This is a bit more difficult. It plays with gimmicks that have already been introduced in the level in previous parts. Maybe I do some more like spiked pillars after this. Maybe something like this.
While I place these spike pillars, I just wanted to remind you that I still haven't forgotten. You better subscribe. I am inside your walls.
I'm gonna be so lazy here, dude. I am being so unapologetically lazy. That's a bit hard. I don't know, maybe it's better if these are all just like pads. I'd keep that gimmick going. I don't think you'll die to all of those, but you might die to a couple of them. Good night, Greedy Maxi Mode 22 DMD. Have good dreams. That star position is disabled. You don't die to most of these. Yeah, you only die to the downward staircases. Maybe I'll replace the rest of these with small spikes. You don't like how awkward is spelled? Would you say it's kind of awkward? Okay, I'm gonna do another staircase upwards, but I'm gonna have it more dramatically and slowly slope upwards. I think that's the right height for what I want to do. I want to put spikes on the ceiling and then put pads on the ground. Okay, this happens too soon. I want this to be right at the end of the level. Yeah, like right here. Also, I completely forgot the fact that I was adding these blocks to the outside. Oh yeah, I forgot the top of this is supposed to be all of these blocks.
I wanted to add just one pad that the player actually hits in this part, because the rest are fakes. That's what I'm doing here. It's another one of these where the pad lines you up with a normally super tight gap. Sorry, my commentary was kind of falling off. I really need to do shorter building sessions, I swear. I also had someone suggest I place a cube portal at the end to have one last pad go to the final snare in the song. I was kind of torn on doing this or not, so I ran a poll and Twitch chat agreed it was a cool idea.
I would like have to extend this platform out, like this. That's actually kind of cool. Maybe I'll do that. Let's fill in these pillars. Have I ever heard of extra fly? Extra size? I thought you said extra fries. I do need to change the background color. The first ship part has like this dark purple, so maybe I'll do something similar to that. Maybe I'll have it changed to the same color, honestly, because I haven't used a color like this in a while, but I'll make it take a while. Yeah, what if I have it fade, like, very slowly? Like, throughout the entire part. Let's change the ground color as well. Maybe I make the ground brighter. I don't know. I'll make it darker. Prop levels don't really use hue shifting. The 1.0 levels don't. I'm probably just not going to use that much. Again, I'm using pulse triggers. I know I'm a dirty, filthy cheater. One thing I need to do is I haven't been changing the block transitions in this level at all. Oh, wait, no, is this the, like, crazy one that makes things go all wild all over the screen? Yeah, it is. He added it back into the editor. You can just use it now. But yeah, I haven't changed any of the block transitions. I might add a coin to this ship part, I think, because I removed the one from the ship part earlier, and this ship part is kind of similar. I also need to make a don't die winky face and a level complete end screen. But we'll work on that in a few minutes. So we're getting pretty close. Just a little odds. Just a few odds and ends to tie up. One thing with turning into a cube that I should do is I should extend this platform, because you'll probably be able to see the edge of that as the cube. Aren't pulses not 1.0? They are now. I traveled back in time just to add them to 1.0 so I could use them. It's a true fact. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and make a coin. I'm gonna make like another gap in the blocks, but I'm gonna make it hard to get to. It's like a gap right here. So it's basically the same as the original coin, but yeah, it's just harder to get. So that's kind of fun. That's full of a tad bit of whimsy. Okay, you know what I'll do is I'll do the same gimmick with pads and spikes on the roof. That's too tight, except for this time it's just gonna be harder. This is like half a block harder. It's just like an evolution of the original coin and back on track. So it still exists in spirit. Where, oh my god, where are the coins? It's like the original coin. I don't know, that's still pretty hard. Maybe I'll just open up these gaps more. Yeah, that helps a lot. That makes it easier. Why am I making the full version to Extreme Demon? Okay, 1, does that look Extreme Demon to you? That's like a 2.5 block gap. And 2, this is a coin. And 3, this is back on track, so of course it's Extreme Demon. Huh. Alright, there's only a few things left to do. I think now it's just like the don't die in the end screen. Also, I do need to like delete these bits of text. I need to not just leave those in the level. Thank you, Aimbotter, for deleting the person's message who said, "Hear me out, glorious slaughterhouse." I think that was deserved. Maybe I'll do some fun area effects with Don't Die. I haven't been using Don't Die in my levels for a while. Actually, no, I didn't use it at all in Glorious Fortress. That was a mistake. That's like my most popular level, and I forgot to put Don't Die Winky Face, and now everyone forgot that I used to do that in all my levels. Cellar Path doesn't say Don't Die Winky Face, but it actually says that in the language that I made, like the symbols that I made. You need to prepare a 3-course meal for a family gathering. That sounds like a very Aimbotter thing to do. Alright, good luck. So we could say Group 4 uses the player as a center point. Actually, Area Move is like the one I'm not going to do, so I don't know why that's the one I placed. You could speak Cellarpathian. Yeah, you guys need to translate what the symbols in Cellar Path mean. They mean something. There's like a key in the level. How do I make this look good? Oh, wait, that's inverted from what I want it to be. It should fade out when the player's like far away from it and then fade in as they approach it. Very cool. Stop the area triggers for optimization. Oh, true. I'm sure people will be lagging on my 1.0 level that uses under 4,000 objects. Let's make an end screen. Let's make an epic, awesome end screen. Maybe we'll put on some coffee, jazz music, chill out, lounge, jazz music, radio, 24/7, live stream, slow jazz, BGM while I make it. That will set the mood. Back on track. Full, very dramatic, full. This isn't the puny, uncool, regular version. You guys enjoying the stream? This ain't your grandma's back on track full version. Hell nah. Let's see. What if we give these all group 7, and then we make the extreme demon the parent, the center of group 7, then we just have it like scale onto screen. How is back on track going? I am back on track with back on track, and I am almost done being on track. It's going very well, as you can see. Awesome. That goes so hard. This isn't nearly cool enough. This is still like grandma flower. Gotta add glow so it can meet that one person standards who said that 1.0 looks like garbage. I should add like extreme demon horns to the text. I think that would be really funny. Oh yeah, that's good. That actually works surprisingly well. There we go. That's so awesome. Yeah, just like how it says you survived. Let's add brick to back on track full. Oh my god, his eyes are red. Why are his eyes red? What's the ship border only goes up to here, so I need to like warp him down. He just warps in a really goofy way. I love that. I forgot. Look at him. There needs to be a more convenient brick. Yeah, I don't know why RobTop hasn't just added the singular brick object yet. Toggle 11. It's like back here, and then I need to make like an on death trigger. Where's on death? It's in here somewhere. There's too many triggers. I can't find it. On death. Yeah, once you reach this final straight fly. Look at him. I like how he just like fades. I'm just gonna leave that because it's really funny. It just gets faded out at the end of the screen. Only some of his objects though, not all of them do. It looks really ugly and I love it. Back on track full. Very awesome. I think that's everything.
Okay, that's the level. I will show you the showcase now. Hope you like my acapella cover. I like money.
Keeps going.
That's a really hard note to hit. I need to breathe in for that one.